Hello butterflies, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you guys how you can create this very affordable drugstore Valentine's Day look. I hope you guys enjoy. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing you want to do is brush through your brows using a spoolie. I am using the one that comes with the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Now for the bottom of the brow, you want to do little short like strokes so that way you can avoid getting a really harsh line underneath your brows. And it also makes it easier to blend, and it just gives the brow a more natural look. For the top of the brow, you want to make sure that you use the same method as you did on the bottom, using little short hair-like strokes. Now for the end of my brow, because I have more of a bald spot, I comb my brow hairs down so that way I can see where that bald spot is at, and it allows me to draw my brow in a lot nicer. To fill in your brows, you want to make sure that you start towards the end of the brow and then work your way towards the front. You want to make sure that you use little hair-like motions so that way you can fill in your bald spots as you go. To clean up my brows, I am using the Precision Concealer Brush by Sephora and the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Cleaning up your brows is optional, but I like to do it because it gives me a more clean and precise brow. Now, if you're going to do this step, you want to be very careful to not actually get into your brow. You just want to make sure that you are going a little bit underneath with a very steady hand and just cleaning up whatever is like on the outside of the brush because of the brows, because if you actually get into the brow itself, it can make it look very gray and very muddy. To blend out that concealer, I am just using this fluffy brush by Real Techniques and blending that concealer down. Now to prime my lid, I'm going to be using concealer. I'm just using the same Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and then I'm going to go and blend it with the same Real Techniques blending brush. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Esmeralda 2 eyeshadow palette by Beauty Creations, and I'm taking that orangey shade and packing it onto my brush. And I'm going to be placing that shade on my crease as a transition shade. Now first I'm going to pack the brush on my crease, and then I'm going to blend it out using windshield wiper motions. Again, I'm just packing that color onto my crease and then using windshield wiper motions to blend it out until I get to the desired pigment that I would like. Now I'm just cleaning off the eyeshadow from that brush, and I'm going to be using it to really blend out the edges of the eyeshadow some more so that I can get a seamless blend. Now taking this Morphe brush, I'm going to use that pink shade, and I'm going to place that shade right underneath the first shade that I used, that orangey shade, and I'm going to blend that into my crease as well, but making sure that I don't overlap the other shade. For the lid, I'm going to take this pink shimmery shade and I'm going to be applying it with this Alamar Cosmetics flat brush. This shade is super beautiful and super creamy. Usually, for a shimmery shade, I would spray my brush, but because this shade is so creamy and so intense, you don't have to do that. For primer, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Hangover RX, and I'm just going to apply that wherever I need the most hydration, and just basically on my T-zone. This stuff works really good. I know it's not drugstore, but it is amazing. I totally recommend it. For my foundation, I am using the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation. I am using the foundation to clean up the top of my brow and be very careful and trying to be as precise as possible. I've already went ahead and dotted my foundation all over my face. To blend out, I'm just using the Juno & Co. blending sponge. If you guys would like to hear my thoughts on this foundation, check out my latest video where I give you guys a full review on the foundation. For concealer, I am using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm going to apply that right underneath my eye in a sort of triangle-like shape. You want to make sure that you use a concealer that is 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin so that you can go ahead and highlight as well and brighten up your under eye area. Now I'm just taking the same Juno & Co. sponge and I'm going to blend out that concealer. I made sure I waited maybe a minute or two before blending it out so that way I can get the most coverage from the concealer. I also did 2 layers of the concealer. I'm just taking my Real Techniques brush and doing some more blending before I apply the powder. For the powder, I'm just using the RCMA colorless powder. I forgot to show that in the video, but I will leave a link down below to their website. And I'm also using the same RCMA powder to set my foundation. Now this powder is really good for people with dry skin because it doesn't dry out your under eyes, and you can use it to bake and set your face without your face getting too dry and too powdery. Before I move on, I'm going to spray my face with the Mario Badescu spray to help remove some excess powder. To contour, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild contour palette, and I'm going to make sure that I place that contour right underneath my cheekbones so I can get a more chiseled look. To contour my forehead, I'm going to be using the same contour palette. I'm just going to make sure I tap off the excess and I really contour that forehead because I have a kind of a big forehead. And I'm also going to be placing that contour underneath my jawline so that I can get a more, again, a more chiseled look. I got a little too excited here, but it's a good thing that you can't hear me singing. You do not want to hear that. For bronzer, I'm using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm going to be applying that just a little bit over the contour. For blush, I'm going to be taking this Sonia Kashuk blush and just using this regular blush brush, and I'm going to be applying that on my cheekbones and blending that towards my ears. For highlight, I'm going to be using this Becky G and ColourPop Cosmetics highlighter. This is a loose highlighter, so I recommend that if you don't like very dramatic highlighter, that you go in with a light hand. Before I apply my false eyelashes, I'm going to be curling my natural lashes and applying 1 layer of mascara. This mascara is not waterproof, so I recommend that you guys use a waterproof mascara. Maybelline has some really good waterproof mascaras that you guys can use and are very affordable. For the lashes, I'm going to be using these ones by Devious Lashes in the style Diego. Now before you actually apply your lashes, you want to make sure that you measure them so that way the lashes aren't too long and they actually fit your eye shape. Here I already went ahead and cut my lash, and I am just measuring it to make sure that I got the right measurement. For the lash glue, I am using the Kiss Lash Glue, and before you apply your lashes, you want to make sure that you wait about a minute to apply your lashes so that the glue can get a little bit tacky. Now this step is a little bit hard to explain, so you guys can just rewind and watch this part over again so that you guys can know how to apply your lashes. Now I'm just kind of fixing the lashes with my fingers and making sure that I am sort of brushing them upwards so that way they won't look too down or droopy like. To line my lips, I am using this Italia lip liner. This is another product that you can find at your local swap meet that is really affordable. The most that I've seen it for is like $1.99. To line my lips, I want to make sure that I'm not actually going over my lip line, that I am staying within my lips because I want that more natural look. But if you want a fuller lip, you can go a little bit above your lip line as well. That is okay. It all depends on like your personal preference. The liquid lipstick that I'm going to be applying is this Maybelline liquid lipstick, but before I do that, I'm going back and filling in the edges of my lips with the Italia lip liner so that when I apply my liquid lipstick, I only apply it towards the center of the lips. This will give a very beautiful effect on the lips. It makes them look a little bit fuller and, in my opinion, like more juicy looking, like more plump looking. In order to blend those two lip products together, you want to make sure that you swirl your lips around and that you also go back in with a little bit more of the lipstick and the lip liner until you reach the desired sort of blend that you want to create. Next, I'm going to be applying this gloss bomb by Fenty Beauty as a sort of lip topper. Last but not least, I'm going to be setting my makeup using this NYX Dewy Setting Spray. That concludes the whole makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my social media as well. Everything will be linked down in the description.